What we have heard from developers again and again is that learning new machine learning techniques, especially the cutting edge ones, is difficult due to the fast moving academic literature or dry technical content. This is why we created AWS Deep Composer so that we could bring generative AI in a fun, hands on way to all our developers. So, what is AWS Deep Composer? AWS Deep Composer gives developers a creative way to get started with machine learning. You can get hands on, literally, with a musical keyboard and the latest machine learning techniques to expand your machine learning skills. The device itself is a 32 key, 2 octave keyboard. We have playback and record buttons, along with features to make it easier to play chords or create melodies such as arpeggiator. And yes, you don't need any musical talent to get started. We've also built a replica of the keyboard right inside the AWS Management Console, which you can play using a virtual keyboard from your laptop. The accompaniment is generated instantly using generative models running on C5 instances with Intel Xeon scalable processors. With AWS Deep Composer, you can train and optimize generative AI models to create original music. AWS Deep Composer uses generative adversarial networks, also referred to as GANs, a generative AI technique that pits two networks against each other to generate new creative content. The best way we have found to explain this is to use the metaphor of an orchestra and conductor. An orchestra doesn't create amazing music the first time they get together. They have a conductor who both judges their output and coaches them to improve. So an orchestra trains, practices, and tries to generate polished music. The conductor is both judging the quality of the output, but the right notes played with the right tempo and at the same time, like providing feedback and coaching to the orchestra, like for example, strings, more volume, horns, softer in this part, everyone with feeling. Specifically to achieve a style that the orchestra and conductor knows. The more they work together, the better they can perform. The generative AI that AWS Deep Composer teaches developers uses a similar concept. We have two machine learning models that work together in order to generate musical compositions in distinctive styles. Let's understand the workflow of AWS Deep Composer at a higher level. Developers can simply get started with the AWS Deep Composer keyboard to input a melody that will transform into a completely original song in seconds, all powered by AI. You can input a melody by connecting the AWS Deep Composer keyboard to your computer or play the virtual keyboard in the AWS Deep Composer console. AWS Deep Composer accepts music in the MIDI format. You can either input a melody using the keyboard or choose from one of the readily available melodies on the console to generate an original musical composition in seconds using the pre-trained genre models in the AWS Deep Composer console. Choose from jazz, rock, pop, symphony, or even the Jonathan Coulton pre-trained models. In addition to the pre-trained genres, you can also build your own custom genre model in Amazon SageMaker. You can then publish your tracks to SoundCloud in one click, or export MIDI files to your favorite digital audio workstation like GarageBand and get even more creative.